Emma. I'm afraid of being abandoned all the time. When my girlfriend is silent, I think she's going to leave me. When a friend doesn't reply quickly, I think he's forgetting me. I feel like a child waiting for their parents. Why do I have this fear?
Because the fear of being abandoned is one of the oldest and deepest fears of human beings. It's born in early childhood, when our survival depended on others. In adulthood, it transforms, but it remains, and it makes you see dangers where there are none. It's not your fault, but you can learn to tame it.
But I don't understand why I react so strongly. I'm an adult. I should be rational.
That's where the key lies. The fear of abandonment often comes from an inner child who was hurt, a sudden separation, an absent parent, a feeling of rejection. This child is still there in your brain. When you feel a threat of abandonment, it's this child who takes control. They are afraid because they've already experienced the pain of losing someone, and they want to avoid it happening again at all costs. The problem is they see signs of abandonment everywhere.
So I react like a child?
Not always, but sometimes yes. And that's okay. It's just important to recognize it so you don't let that child guide your life.
A simple image?
Imagine a little boat on the ocean. It's alone. It's afraid of the storm, the waves, of sinking. So it clings to everything it finds. A big ship, a rock, a buoy. It's afraid of being let go, of being abandoned to the sea. But the more it clings, the more it risks capsizing what it's clinging to. The fear of abandonment is this little boat. It seeks external security, but true security is inside it. It's made to float, to sail, to cross storms. It doesn't need to cling to survive.
So I need to learn to float alone?
Yes. Not to be alone, but not to depend on others for your inner security.
But the more afraid I am, the more I cling. I want to see them all the time. I want proof of love. And sometimes that pushes people away.
That's the most painful mistake. The fear of abandonment leads to behaviors that, precisely, can cause abandonment. Too many messages, too many demands, too much fear. You ask for proof of love, but love cannot be proven. It has to be lived. Clinging doesn't keep anyone. It's even the best way to push them away. Because the other person feels suffocated, controlled. Letting go a little is letting the other person breathe. And often, that's what makes them stay.
Does science explain this?
Yes. Psychologists talk about anxious attachment style. People who have experienced abandonment or emotional insecurity in childhood develop a sensitivity to rejection. They interpret neutral signs as signs of danger. The brain is on permanent alert. A study showed that simply not receiving a reply to a message can activate the same brain areas as physical pain. It's not weakness. It's a survival mechanism that's been poorly calibrated.
A quote?
The fear of abandonment is an anchor that holds you in the past, unknown. If you're afraid that someone will leave, you spend your time holding them back. But holding back is not loving. And a wisdom saying, the one who is afraid of being lost can never be found.
My girlfriend sometimes takes hours to reply. And I imagine everything. She's forgotten me. She doesn't love me anymore. She's with someone else.
Stop. Is there any objective reason to think that? No. She might just be busy. She might need time for herself. But you interpret her silence as rejection because your inner child is afraid. So breathe. Tell yourself, she's not abandoning me. She's living her life, and I'm living mine.
A method to calm this fear?
The Roots method. R. Breathe. Respire. When panic rises, 3 deep breaths. It breaks the anxiety loop. O. Observe. Observer the emotion. Don't push it away. Say, I'm afraid of being abandoned. That's normal. But this fear is not reality. O. Offer off-rear comfort to your inner child. Imagine yourself talking to the child you were. I'm here. You're not alone. I protect you. You, the adult, can reassure them. T. Test. Tester the evidence. Is there a real reason to believe you're being abandoned, or just a fear? S. Strengthen. Solidify your own security. Do things that make you strong and independent. A sport, a project, a passion. The stronger you are within yourself, the less you fear losing others.
In different contexts?
In a relationship, if you're afraid she'll leave, tell yourself you survived before her. You'll survive after her. But this fear can also make her want to stay if you express it calmly. In friendship, everyone has moments of distance. It's not the end of the world. Let the other person come back at their own pace. True friendship withstands absence. In family ties are sometimes complicated. But the fear of abandonment should not make you accept toxic relationships. Sometimes you have to know how to protect yourself, even if it hurts.
Emma, I've understood. The fear of abandonment is the fear of the child in me. But I'm not a child anymore. I can learn to anchor myself in myself, not to depend on others to exist.
Then remember this. You are the only one who can never abandon yourself. Learn to be your own refuge. Others are guests in your life, not pillars. They can leave, they can stay, but you are always there. The fear of abandonment stops you from living. It makes you chase shadows. But if you turn your gaze to yourself, you'll see that you are already whole. Not perfect, but whole. You don't need others to complete you. You need to love yourself. So when fear returns, take your own hand and tell yourself, I will never abandon myself. Because that's the only promise you can keep.
Today, I'm going to do something for myself. A meal alone, without phone, without distraction, just with myself.
And when fear returns, tell yourself, I am my own home. Have a good journey, Anchored.
And that's everything for today's episode. If this helped you, subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss the next one. Take care, and see you next time.